to the sea. Baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I've loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that what's never gone just have regrets. So I won't go back. Oh Lord, guide me to forget the time I lost with no regrets. And the moon shine back again. And the moon shine back again. When I drove down to abyss, while I blame the world's neglect, Lord, I shine right back again. So I won't
Hello everybody and welcome back for the continuation of Manny's 4-year journey of the soul. We left it off last time just at the beginning of year 3, which you can see there, just on the boat, which is no longer a rusty wreck from when we left Rubacaba. The cutscene that we just had was what the hell's the name of the fella from the Lost Souls Alliance? Warning Manny that people disguised as customs inspectors were going to come in and inspect the ship, but they're actually people that would come to kill him. And that's where we left it off. So, I'm going to back up for a bit more before I disconnect the controller. But welcome in. What sort of trouble have you been up to there, Chrissy? How are you doing today? Oh, did I turn the game? Yeah, I did turn the game audio on.
Ensign.
So his crew has all been sprouted.
I'm sorry I led you into trouble, sailor. Oh, no.
Which way does Gladys jump out?
This can't be happening. Hey! He's back here!
Sack him! Custom officials, open this door!
Yeah, we want to check your bags.
Don't worry, Captain. We're safe in here. Okay, let's just set the explosives and get the hell out of here.
We have control again. I've been good today. Other witnesses. Hard at work today. Then did some shopping, done the dishes. Done all your chores as well this evening, Chrissy. So been behaving yourself. Okay, let's see if we can work. Well, we know what we need to do.
Can't reach.
Can I press that button? Now we need to tangle up the anchors a bit. That's the one. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, bugger. Exit. There we go. Yep, that worked. Then I press this button. I don't remember what the bloody controls were. And we're going to pull the anchor in, and we're going to unzip the ship.
Well, there you go.
Also trying the best to avoid. It's been icy up here as well for the past couple of days as well. Doesn't help that it gets like dark around 3 o'clock now up here. I don't know what it must be like for you. It must be what, 4 or 5 or something. Maybe it's for yourself when it starts to get dark. Of us being at the other end of the country. Also, Mr. Socks insisted on the kitchen window. Oh, well, I think you want to convince him otherwise. Tell him that he needs to be a house kitten for the winter. Can't stay in there for long as it's freezing your arse off in the kitchen even. Oh, hang on, I need to back it up because we need to be able to see the sign.
Gladys, cover your ears.
What was that?
The dotted line, buddy.
And we're away, escaping on what's left of the ship. We named the ship Lola for the reporter woman who got sprouted by Max.
Just a little farther, Gladys.
This is the bit, Chrissy, where you get to sing your song. Can you remember the words?
Manny, choking!
Mira, snap out of it, sailor.
Easy for you to say, you don't have lungs.
Hey, you live without your heart once, so you can live without air for a little while. Just until I figure out what we're gonna do.
That's the one, Chrissy.
Beware, brave captain! Here in the darkest depths of the Sea of Lament dwell the most horrible monsters of all. The fearsome, murky demons of the deep will swallow you whole the instant you leave this pool of light. Heed my warning, or take one step forward and learn for yourself!
All right, I believe you. Just quit it with the creepy spirit of the land voice, huh?
What's that?
Here comes one now!
What's that, Chrissy? You got some,
Amigo.
Huh? Who? Oh, geez, another shipwreck. You see? That's why I'll never travel by boat.
Hold it there for a second. You got some Terry Chocolate Orange, from the sister, is that you got 8 segments, 8 bars, or 8 of the balls of it? Oh, I keep looking at that book in Tesco's and flicking through all the cakes and stuff that I don't eat anymore. There was a thing on the TikTok thing when I was flicking through a couple of weeks ago, and it was an American who was trying to eat, you know the ones where you get them in the bowl. And the American, typically, being like American, was trying to eat it as in a way that you would eat an apple. Not realizing you have to crack it to reveal the smaller pieces.
What are you doing down here?
Trying to get out of the land of the dead, same as everybody else.
We've had a little accident. Think you could help us out?
Depends on what kind of help you're looking for.
Yeah. I suppose, unless you do the method I keep telling you is with chocolate, where you have to dip it in your tea first. To get the surface all nice and melty.
Could we borrow that light for a second?
Sorry, I'm kind of attached to it.
Could we tag along with you?
Well, it's a long walk you're talking about.
We don't have any other choice.
Oh, all right then. Lift those knees, stick close to my light, and try to sing in key. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Scare away sea monsters. Yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Scare away sea monsters. Yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Scare away sea monsters. Yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Let it shine, let it shine.
I'm not gonna let you touch it. No, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm not gonna let you touch it. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Not gonna let you touch it. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I thought that looked like our ship.
That's just a trick the ocean plays on your mind, kid. Makes everything look the same after a while, like you was going in circles.
Well, this isn't the kind of progress I was hoping for.
Oh, well, the wet march of the soul ain't for everybody.
Evening, JD, and welcome in. I didn't want to speak over Chrissy's song there. But welcome in there, mate. What sort of mischief have you been up to there? Or should we say prisoner 63217? What was that there, Chrissy? Speaking of chocolate, Junior went to his great grandparents yesterday. He didn't want the regular digestive biscuits. Then he gave him a chocolate one. It made him made it better. My guys gave him. Has he got biscuits and crumbs everywhere? The little bugger was it all over his face? Was it there? Sounds like Junior is just like he's always up to no good. The pair of them, I tell you, he's because it's such a bad influence. But welcome in there, JT. As we are back on years 3 and 4 of Grim Fandango, so we're going to complete Manny's story for the third time on stream. I just thought, right, we're going to have to do a 4th Grim Fandango stream because I haven't listened to it with the director's commentary version of the game. So we're going to have to play it a 4th time at some point in the new year. Yes, I managed to sneak out of the prison and back before the guards noticed. Let's see, what do we need to speak to this him again?
Why are you walking instead of taking a ship?
Got sick of waiting around Rubicava for a boat. Figured I'd make better time this way.
Why didn't I think of that? Could you send for help?
Oh, sure. I promised to call for help at the next phone booth I walk by.
Could you take us to the Pearl?
Ha! You don't believe those old stories, do you? You think somewhere in this ocean there's a gigantic pearl that shines so brightly it can be seen from passing ships? And that sometimes sailors so allured by its luster actually fling themselves overboard to dive for it and are never heard from again?
Yeah, and I think it's right over...
Bah! I've been walking this ocean for years. I ain't never seen it.
A lot better today, yes, JD. I think yesterday I had just, apart from the coffin, which hopefully, luckily so far I haven't done today, I had this terrible pain in my chest yesterday. Hashtag blame Chrissy. But evening, Sam Wise, and welcome in. Here's another troublemaker, everyone. What sort of mischief have you been up to as well there? I bet he's all been causing trouble today. Chrissy's tried to try to tell us that he's been a good boy today and that he's done all of his chores. Now, unless there was like CCTV footage, multiple witnesses. Was out spending money. See, that was where the mistake. You should have been spending Frodo's money.
Is everything okay with your eyebrows?
Them is barnacles, genius. I don't move fast enough to shake them, so they tend to pile up. I don't mind, though. They're the only company I got. Ain't you, boys?
Get royalty to confirm. No, Frodo spent enough of his own. Not buying more toys for his truck again, is he?
No, really. The Pearl is right over there.
You poor sucker. That's the moon. Tell me you didn't come all this way out here to pearl dive the moon.
Can anyone remember what combination we had to do to get Gladys to grab I can't remember his name. The fella. I can't remember what controls we had to use.
How long have you been down here?
Well, let me put it this way. I wasn't always this color.
How do you know where you're going?
See the moon over there? I just keep it on my right. That way I know I'm heading in a straight line. But oldest trick in the book.
Flip it, Mr. Smith.
Where'd you get the coral?
Edge of the world, boy. That's the only place it grows.
There's another troublemaker. What sort of mischief have you been getting up to as well there? Hopefully if he does, he buys the remote start. It's been... is that so you can get the seats and that all warmed up before you get in? You started from the window.
Shouldn't you have hit dry land by now?
I'm trying to cross a big ocean here, Sonny. What do you know about it?
I've already done it. In a boat.
A boat? Don't talk to me about boats.
What's the problem with boats?
We had such a nice boat.
Why is everybody always talking about boats? You got a perfectly good pair of legs. Why not use them, I say?
Let me guess. You died in a boat wreck.
A boat wreck would have been better than what happened to us. Led off course by bad equipment, lost for weeks, no food, no shelter from the sun. We'd started throwing the dead overboard. But then the sharks began following the boat.
What happened in the end?
What happened was, I learned 3 valuable lessons. Stay away from boats. When it comes to navigation, trust only the moon and the stars. And when there's only 2 of you left, never, ever go to sleep.
I don't know what happened to him. Was I stayed up until 2:30 again. I keep forgetting as well, but what because actually, what time is it here? It's 9:30 here ish. What time is it for you guys over there? Because is it for JD? Are you 10:30? I think. I'm sure it's only, or actually, it might be weird. Do you have the daylight savings fiasco as well? Is the question as well for messing it all up. Just the afternoon for you there, Samwise.
How have you kept that light going all these years?
Well, I found this coral, this glow-in-the-dark coral. Damnedest thing. Glows like a lightning bug and never seems to wear out.
I had some of that once. Made a nice grappling hook.
I don't think you had what I got, because I don't think you've been to the place where I got it.
Well, I don't want to break your stride there.
Okay, see you around.
Watch out for sea monsters.
Who? These guys? Oh, they don't mess with old Chipito. I'm too bright for them.
You all right?
I'm gonna let it shine.
Hang in there, mano.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna...
Not blue yet.
This little light of mine,
That light is just the sort of thing we need.
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
That light is just the sort of thing we need.
Hey, lay off! Let go! Let go! Let go!
Oh, how do we get Gladys to pick him up?
It's your own lamp, pal! Whatever happened?
Not blue yet. You all right?
I'm a spirit of the land, Manny, not of the sea.
Hang in there, mano.
Was that the only time you see 2:30 is when Junior wakes you up in the middle of the night? Is it? Do you not get woken up by the kittens as well jumping all over you, or is it just royalty they attack? I can't remember what buttons we have to press to get Gladys to pick him up. We'll have to wait for him to come all the way around, though. And they were saying Mr. Smith flipping it. That song reminds you of Chrissy's favourite game. Chrissy loves the pub games. I bet like, you know, because it's been what, 2 years I think since we first streamed Grim Fandango, like for the first time. I bet Chrissy secretly sings it all the time. This Little Light of Mine song. He knew the lyrics before, you know, before it even came onto the stream.
Amigo.
What? More survivors? I just passed another shipwreck not 5 minutes ago.
Well, I don't want to break your stride there.
Okay, see you around. This...
Híjole, he looks like he's been down here a long time.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
There we go, we got him.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Follow me.
Where are you taking me?
To the moon.
I can sleep through the kittens. They
is
always
that-
jump on royalty.
Pearl! Whee! I knew I'd find her someday. I'm rich, 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 rich.
Shh, something's happening.
Manny, what's going on?
Prisoners. Do you guys remember the Terminator film that was supposed to be a trilogy but wasn't? The one that has what's his name?
I don't
There's
know,
Batman in it.
but I don't like the way that thing's looking at us.
Can you remember the ship thing that was picking all of them up, like to be brought back, sort of thing, as like slaves? This kind of like reminds me of that, because you got, you know, that is like the big robot arm thing that's picking everyone up, put them in the tank basically to fly them, or to, you know, take them under the water to be as slaves. And I was actually singing it to Royalty the other night. See. Whichever daft, have we had any other sort of like daft songs as well, or anything like that from all the other daft games that we played? Okay, take him around there.
Hey, lay off! Hey, lay off! Let go! Let go! Let go! You can't leave me here all alone! Come back here!
She's coming back.
And Pedal's the submarine as well. Sort of.
Looks like we're heading south!
But there's nothing on that edge of the world except
The edge!
So Frodo would be so jealous of missing the singing. Okay, so we're now at the edge of the world.
Manny?
Don't ask, carnal, cause I don't know.
What's that? I found it amusing how Rocky kept saying I was a professional SnowRunner and knew everything about it. When we started early November. Just think it was snow. I've played it. Well, we've done it maybe about 5 or 6 times on streams. I found it uninstalling it because I just it didn't work for me.
Gladys,
What if that octopus comes back while you're gone?
poke him in the eye and steal his sub.
Stupid octopus.
So you have to make a recording of it for everyone. I've still got to do that highlight reel from with all your singing from the last time. I downloaded it ready. I forget which way we've got to go here, because we have to get captured basically before we do anything else. And we've got to burn our tights. Oh, here we go, cutscene. This was the right way.
Meche,
Manny, what are you doing here?
I wanted to see how your trip was going, Angel. I am your travel agent, you know. By the way, thanks for that bottle of champagne you sent me. It really hit the spot.
You were headed for a trap. I was trying to warn you. Domino was using me like bait. I didn't want you to end up a prisoner here like me.
Prisoner? Where's your cell? Or are you just sharing a bunk with the warden?
If that's what you think of me, then why did you come here?
Because this is where he belongs. Here, working for me. I knew you'd come around eventually. Right or wrong, Manuel Calavera is always with the winning team, right, Manny? That's why you're here now.
I'm getting off this rock, and I'm taking all of these people with me.
Manny, there's no way off this island. I'm afraid you're stuck here in my little executive training program. See, I need you to take my place here, kid. I've got to get back to the city where the action is.
Sorry, Manny, but I had to come in. My skin was getting all pruny.
Him, I don't need.
I'm gonna grind you to powder for that, cabrón.
Maybe later. But for now, let me just show you your new office.
He said Gladys over
Careful,
the edge.
BB. The new boss is waking up.
Hola,
Speak to the
angelitos.
kids.
I'll bite you, I swear to God.
Please don't bite anyone else, Pugsy. That's why they put us in the cage in the first place.
My name is Manny Calavera. What's yours?
Mr. Hurley told us about you. You're the one who tricked Meche.
Poor Meche.
Why do you want to bite me?
You're the mean new boss.
Mr. Hurley said you were meaner than him.
He said you had a bone saw.
I thought you and Ada were engaged now, Mr. Smith.
I didn't trick anybody.
Mr. Hurley said he was supposed to take care of Meche, but you stole her case from him.
Is that true?
Mitch is my friend. You can ask her.
She talked about you before.
Every time she says your name, she looks so sad.
I don't know what you did to her, but you're gonna be sorry.
What are you two doing in this cage?
Making light bulbs.
Look, we're working as hard as we can. Why don't you leave us alone?
Listen, children. I'm here to help.
There's really not much more room in here.
Your hands are too big to make light bulbs.
I'm here to help you get out of this cage.
You can't do that. We have to stay here and take care of Meche.
She'd be so sad here all alone. Sometimes we hear her crying, you know.
My hands are not too big to make light bulbs.
Then why don't you help?
I'm in the Maritime Union. We can't do factory work.
I don't know what those words mean.
It means he doesn't want to help us because he's mean.
My butt's too big to sit on one of those little perches.
I'm gonna tell Meche you said that word to us.
I told you he was bad.
I just don't have any of those little tiny tools, that's all.
Here, take my hammer.
Such delightful children.
Okay, back to work.
So mean.
Okay, where'd that little hammer go? Because we're going to need that later. That autosave is very intrusive.
Oh, look, it's my Prince Charming. Are you back here just to insult me some more, or do you just want some ice for your head?
Oh, we may have timed it wrong. Or maybe we didn't. Wait for it. Nope.
Come on. We're getting out of here.
Trying to steal my commission from Domino again. Manny, don't you ever give up?
I'm not after any commission. I just want to get us both out of here.
Then why don't you just ask your boss for the day off?
Oh, Ben Jex, is that? That's how I'm pronouncing it today. Welcome in and thank you for the follow there. Tonight we are continuing for our third time playthrough of the Grim Fandango, years 3 and 4 this evening. But welcome in there, mate. We're just like a third of the way through, I'd say. Year 3. No, I was supposed to say technically. No. This is probably more the halfway mark of year 3. But welcome in. At the minute we're going through some kind of dialogue things, and then we're going to try and get Meche to burn her tights.
Can't believe you think he's my boss. He's my arch enemy.
I think he's your boss. You think he's my boyfriend. We don't seem to have a good foundation of trust in our relationship, do we?
I think we need to talk.
Start talking. You're the salesman.
I'm sorry I implied he was your boyfriend. I do trust you.
Well, I'm not sure I trust you about that, but I'll tell you one thing that would convince me.
Name it.
Give me your gun.
What? What makes you think I have a gun?
You work for the most heavily armed organization in the land of the dead. Don't try to tell me they didn't issue you a gun.
I don't work for the most heavily armed organization anywhere.
You know, you're right. There are those rumors of that revolutionary army that's been stockpiling weapons.
Actually, them, I work for.
Manny, why don't you come back when you're willing to deal straight with me, okay?
Okay. As always, I'll try my best not to talk over the game's dialogue so we can all hear the story as we go along. What was that there? Oh yeah, heading out for a hair appointment there. So I need to try to make myself look. But it was only your 21st birthday, just days ago, Samwise. Well, thank you for coming in. You behave yourself, Samwise. I tell Frodo to behave himself as well. We're watching him. I'm trying to remember exactly what the timing is for this bit. Oh, surely that should have worked. Maybe we just keep turning it, and eventually it'll give in.
Ow!
There we go.
Oh, my stockings! They're ruined! And this was my best pair! You try to have one nice thing on this cruel island.
What's that? We're all 21. I know all of you have your birthday all on the same time.
Good enough for me.
What is?
Oh, the speed at which you're working.
That's nice, Manny, but you're not my boss, so really I couldn't care less.
Good. Excellent. Carry on.
How many of you had birthdays all in the space of like 3 weeks? Was it 5? No, 6 in total, I think, wasn't it? Was it, Try being the key word. Frodo behaved. Oh, sorry, that must have been a typo. It mustn't have been Frodo. I must have been thinking of somebody else. Ooh, settle down, Chrissy.
Nothing but dark waters that direction.
Ooh, to the moon, he says. Ooh, to the moon, he says.
I don't know how I get down there without this current taking me over the edge.
Not too far there. I meant to stop it here.
Why, I oughta.
Geppetto seems a little overpowered
To the
by
moon,
his choice
he
of tools.
says. I'll show. Hold still.
Geppetto!
Huh? Who? Oh, you, is it? Why, I oughta. Look at my eyebrows.
Well, you really weren't standing in a very safe place.
Well, neither are you right now, amigo.
Nice drill.
Drill? This here is a cordless, high-speed reciprocating chisel. And look, it's a bust-all. They usually don't give these to the new guys.
How'd you get a bust off?
I'm connected, plugged in, and I had some booty to trade. Trade's the name of the game out here in the Big Reef.
I want to trade something.
Well, you came to the right place, Sonny. What you be needing?
A gun.
Ooh, that's gonna cost some. What do you got on you?
I think it's some form of blue-green algae.
Ah, don't worry, you get used to it. When you got something worth trading, come see old Chapito. He'll do you right.
Okay, so we need to trade the tiny hammer and the stockings.
You know, a little clear nail polish would fix these right up. Hey, Cheppy, check out the hosiery.
Say, these are real silk. Where'd you find them?
I've been wearing them the whole time.
You too? Well then, here's your new best friend.
Ah, my first Sproutella gun. Is it loaded?
No. Hey, bullets are hard to get.
So we've got a sprouter. Let's put that in there. And the next one we want to trade this little hammer.
Yo, Pito, have you ever seen an authentic little chipper?
A little chipper? No, I haven't. But I'd sure love to give it a test drive. Say, little chipper, you're okay.
Okay, we will swipe
Oh, dee da da da.
Oh, is he going to start singing another song for Chrissy to learn? What's it there? How do you... how do you know what I say when I look in the mirror? It's getting on here. What's that? Currently trying to beat the game. The game is really fun. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favourites. I played it when it first came out because I had it on CD-ROM back in the day. Was it If I See Other People Playing It? And there was I thought no one played this game anymore. Oh, that's it. In the 2.5 years that I've been streaming, this is our third playthrough of it. We do have all of our streams as well. I greatly appreciate anyone that can follow over on the YouTubes as well. There is a playlist for the Grim Fandango. There is one long play, which is all 4 years. We've got like a walkthrough of all 4 years, and then we also did each year individually. An individual stream where we examined each year in detail, and we clicked on like everything, we explored every single dialogue option, the works. I can't remember now which way I need to go. But yeah, when this game first came out, I said I had it on CD. I've still got the original cardboard, because back in the day when they used to come in big cardboard boxes, I've still got that. It's in the room next door.
Nothing but dark waters that direction.
Maybe this is bit here we have to go to. But yeah, I played it so many times that I wore out the CD-ROM. Then it was years and years later when they finally released the remaster, because you couldn't get hold of it because it was out of print basically. It was so expensive. But if you like old games like this, Wednesday night we do lots of point-and-click adventures. I've done a fair few of the other ones. Oh, that's not what I want to do. This is always a bit fun. Funny you control. I always find this bit here. Okay, we'll drop that down there. But you can see a full schedule of the next 3 to 4 weeks over on Discord. Wednesday night normally for point-and-click night. At the minute we're working through the Telltale's Batman games. We left it last week. What the hell is it called again? Oh, what is it called again? Scarecrow? Yeah, I think that's a villain. Yeah, his like crazy, making crazy juice had been injected into Batman, and he had taken a leap at like Harvey Dent, and that was where it like cut to black. Next up, we need the drill to knacker up the crane.
I can see why they don't give these chisels to the new guys.
Later on as well, is it in this zone or is there a second frame? I can't remember. Yeah, this frame here, Gladys will return here. But there's so many of the other older ones as well. When we finish Batman, before we move on to like we've still got one more Walking Dead. Before we do the next Walking Dead, actually when we finish Batman, should we do the Walking Dead or should we do Big Little Adventure 2? Should we stick a poll up on the Discord? Nope, that's not what I meant to press. Well, that worked too. I don't know what quite happened there. I think that just slightly glitched, but either way, that's what we needed to do. I thought I just like knocked it a little bit. Yeah, those big crusher things there, we'll drop those now because we need those to get through the reef later on, but we technically haven't been told yet that we need that. But I thought since we're here, we'll just drop them anyway. This has all got a bit weird. There we go. Just let us do it again. Okay, we'll drop them up there. Let the intrusive autosave go on. Then we coil it all up. And we send it back down. So what sort of mischief have you all got lined up for tomorrow as well?
Oh, Virginia! Going to Mississippi. Blah-dee-dee-dee. Going to Mississippi. Doo-doo-doo.
Let's do a song for you, Chrissy. Right, I don't have any control. I don't have any control over the camera.
Uh-oh.
Grab the chain, money. Should we just climb up level 1? I keep forgetting which round we should do. There we go. And there's the ship, the other dock worker fella. I've forgotten his name now. Choosing a random one. Now, the question is, should we keep it on brand, and should we, by saying random, should we actually do the Grim Fandango one? Let's do the Grim Fandango one. It shone pale as bone as I stood there alone, and I thought to myself how the moon that night cast its light on my heart's true delight, and the reef where her body was strewn. Because you get that one if you in the dock in Rubacaba. If you go up to the where he's doing his model ship, if you go all the way to the back and click on the moon, the two of them say that poem together.
Gladys, you're okay.
Well, it hurt a little when I hit, but my head cracked open an aft panel here.
I gotta tell you, carnal,
I thought you were dead.
Oh, Manny, I've been having a great time. Listen. I ask you, is there an engine that can resist the love that's in these hands?
Apparently not. I think this baby's our ticket out of here.
Oh, yeah, good point. I was just wrenching it for fun, but your idea's good, too.
Okay, let's pull the ship up. So that's ready to go. So we're back to the crane, and because that's tied around there, pull it up off the end. Now, which bit do we have to do after that? Well, we need to get up here. For starters. There we go.
I can't believe you got it to float.
That was the easy part. The trick's gonna be busting through that big coral reef out there.
Bust through a big coral reef, eh? It just so happens I got some hardware up the beach you might be interested in.
Oh, yeah, this will do just fine. Just give me a sec to do some figuring.
Okay, so the boat will get prepared now. And I suppose now we'll go and give Meche the gun. I'm sure that's the next bit which is cool. This is why this bit, I find the controls for this particular bit is a bit iffy. If you don't hit it spot on, you've got to just get it perfect then, because you've got the deafening chain noise. That won't function as mine. Exit. Thank you for coming in there tonight. You behave yourself there, and hopefully we'll see you soon. You have to let us know how you get on after you complete the game. Actually, I love this one. It's definitely my top favourite games, especially if you like the point-and-click adventure and story games. You got likes of this, you've got Simon the Sorcerer's 1 and 2. Which is like, we still have to do a long play of Simon 2. How long does it take me to do how long did it take us to do Simon 2 when we did the, like, individually? Because we know we can technically complete Simon 1 in 40-ish minutes. Okay, let's go this way. This way for Meche's run? Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Here, what good's a relationship without trust?
True, a relationship without trust is about as empty as a gun without bullets. Guess you didn't realize a smart girl always keeps an extra round in her hat for mad days. Come on, let's go.
Meche, you don't know what you're...
I know exactly what I'm doing. Now move!
Would you just listen to my escape plan first?
Trouble in paradise, kids?
You're letting us go right now, or your boy Friday here gets it.
Well, I hate to see you go, Manny, but the lady seems to have made up her mind.
I'm serious. I'll shoot him.
Fine. It really doesn't work for me anyway.
But I thought I'll shoot you then.
No, you won't. You're too good, remember?
I'm not good anymore. You've taken that out of me, keeping me a prisoner here. I'm gonna crack you open like a fake thing vase. I'm gonna...
Kid's all right. She's a firecracker, but a night in the cooler usually dampens her fuse.
Okay, let's go and free her. If we can remember how to do it. At the wall that conveniently changed.
It's me, Meche!
Ooh, I bet I could pick that. If only I hadn't lost my union card in that poker game.
Manny!
Oh, the drill. I'm thinking, what do we need here? We need the drill.
Let me out! Is there anybody out there?
must have hit a
This
major
isn't funny.
circuit. But it looks like I've exposed the guts here. I don't want to mess up the wheel. The wheel's my friend.
Okay, next up, the combination. Right, so I have to go from the top one first. That's lined up. No, we went too far. Of course, couldn't just use your fingers to turn the dial, could you? Nope, nope, too far, too far. A little bit more. There we go. What's it? There's a 23-22 second time you need to beat for Simon the Sorcerer. But then they'll... I know, remember when we did that stream, Chrissy? We did it as a joke. And at the very end of the stream, you went on the website and found there was an actual category for it. So just for the laugh, we submitted it. And what did we get? Like 25 minutes or something off the best time? I never logged back. I submitted it just for the laugh. And I never logged back into that website for a long, long time. Oh look, Chrissy's going to get spaced. And then I logged back. I can't remember when I logged into it for something. I think I was looking at Alien Isolation. I think that's why I logged back in. And in the top it said I had like notifications, and there was notifications from the admins because they had been harassed by the guy who previously had the record, had been crying onto them to have me disqualified because I'd beaten his time by like 20 odd minutes. But it took that loser 6 months, I think it was, to beat us. But I don't think that's true. His playthrough, though, he deactivates the sound so that you don't have... It's basically like subtitles only. So he knocks off all the audio so that he doesn't have to skip it. Which I think's a bit cheaty.
Stay. All right, Mitchie, you can come out now. Mitchie?
And the door closed behind us, doesn't it?
They're all locked up. These must be very, very sensitive coral harvest reports.
What did we have to do in here again? Yeah, they to appease the crybaby, they had to add a whole new category to the thing. What was mine? Was mine something like 41 or 42? I'm sure it was somewhere in that kind of zone. Blame Mr. Smith. We always blame Mr. Smith. Well, and Chrissy. 41. So just over 41. And I said, if you watch our playthrough, I made mistakes that I even commented. I remember saying when we were going through it, I was like, "Oh, I made a mistake there. That's going to cost us like a minute here and a minute there because I bollocks the thing up." I love those games though. Now in fast mode, I know I can complete Simon 2 in not very much time at all. Because I've done it multiple times. Third place did a 41-26. I bet they were annoyed. Especially since they were trying to do it.
Oh, Raoul. I am so sorry.
Oh, it's a good laugh, though. Those two games in themselves, though, are brilliant. I don't know where my CD-ROM is of Simon the Sorcerer 3. I never completed it because it wasn't good. The little bit that I played of it, because it was Simon the Sorcerer 3D, and I just don't think it worked. I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was very, very early 3D game.
Why is that door closed?
It was the only way the wind?
Oh.
The wind. Right, let's put our scythe away.
Hey, this is my room. Go use up the air in your own room.
Hey, where is the... I'm sure there's an anchor. There should be an anchor in here that we need to interfere with.
Now, all we have to do is wait for the room to fill up, and we'll just float on out of here. Well, this is disappointing.
Not to me. We don't float, remember?
I don't want to mess up my blade.
Oh, put the scythe away, Manny. I want a scythe that does that.
What's in these cases?
Take a look. It's all the double-end tickets Hector and Dom have stolen over the years. Each one stolen from a good soul, and now they just sit there.
That's it.
What?
They just sit there. That's what's been bothering me. In the days when I was a hot salesman, I used to see double-end tickets all the time, and they move.
What do you mean they move?
They become agitated around human souls, and the ticket that belongs to you will actually fly into your hand. But these tickets, and the tickets in that suitcase of Charlie's, it's like they're dead. Why would Hector and Domino be hoarding cases of counterfeit double-end tickets?
Maybe it's in the next room. Aha, it is in the next room. Just we hadn't walked into the right part of the frame. Oh, this is another one here where we have the fun of trying to navigate this bloody thing. Come on. Here we go. Is it about here-ish, give or take? Nope. May I ask you a question? Pick it up. There it is.
After you.
What about the suitcases?
Forget them. They're counterfeit. They wouldn't fit through this hole anyway. Let's go.
Gladys, I'm so glad to see you.
Aww. Is the boat already?
Yeah, come on. Let's go eat some reef.
So, boss fight next.
Works like crazy. Full speed ahead.
He gets sprouted, doesn't he? I think. Oh no, he gets crushed. That's right, yeah.
So are you really going to bring me back and try to get your old job again?
There's no job for me now except to bring you and everyone else here to the end of the road.
But if you aren't going to use me to get your job back, why did you spend all this time trying to find me?
Meche, I needed to find you.
I give you one job, Manny. And look at you, already screwing it up. I suppose you realize that this is gonna go down on your permanent record.
I really prefer to use tongs when picking up octopus eyes.
Now, is it when he swings for us, or do we take a swing at the eye? We take a swing at it.
I don't believe you, Calavera. You're losing a fight, so you pick on one of my pets?
Why aren't you more like me, Manny? I've been trying to show you how, but you don't listen. If you just adopt the proper attitude, just look what could happen to you.
Later. You did indeed, Mr. Smith. We are the gates of the Ninth Underworld. We're a chap that we met during the beginning of the game.
Name?
Bump into him.
Pugsy Pelagiano, sir.
Waiting room number 2. Next.
Glores! Glores! ¿Estás bien? Glottis, where'd you go this time?
Before we go see Glottis, let's go down the ramps.
Oh, Glottis would love these.
What was his name again?
Hello? Hello? They're empty. Bruno? Bruno Martinez?
You were the guy who packed me in there. You could have at least given me a magazine. 4 years with nothing to read but this damn mug. What are you doing here? And if you were headed this way, why didn't you offer me a lift? Ah! Wait, I'm getting out of here. This world's for suckers.
I wonder how many stamps it took to ship him.
What's wrong?
Go up there and see!
Hey, where is everybody?
Waiting area 2.
How long do they have to wait in there?
Until they have tickets. They were issued tickets on the number 9, and they don't have them now. The punishment for selling double-end tickets is very severe.
They didn't sell their tickets. Their tickets were stolen.
By who?
Hector Le Mans stole them to sell to rich people who don't deserve them.
That might be them now. Let's see just what they deserve.
Is this Max on board? Yes.
What happened to that train?
Your destiny cannot be purchased.
I don't understand. Why has everyone been detained?
Given a ticket, a soul may not sell it.
They didn't sell their tickets. Someone else is trying to.
Bring the tickets, that is all.
The tickets are in El Maro. How can I get there quickly?
These rails are already there.
Well, thanks for the help.
The gate opens. The gate closes. It does not help.
I think he stood up there too long. The cold's gotten to him. Alright, let's go and see our little fella here.
Hey, how'd you get free?
I was born free, Boatnik. Nobody gave me no ticket, so nobody can take it away.
So what are you pacing around here for?
Trying to unwind a little bit. All those years circling in one direction. Gotta even out my life in this world before I go on to the next, you know. Well, that ought to do her.
Goodbye, Chapito.
Happy trails, Captain. And thanks for setting me straight back there in the drink. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under some seaweed. No, I'm gonna let it shine.
And there he goes.
I could actually do it. I could walk out of this world right now and not look back. But I can't. I can't do it. I'm not leaving without the people I promised to save.
You're going to hear it in your dream tonight, aren't you, Chrissy? And you're going to be humming along to it all day tomorrow. More great things from this game, though. Oops, stuck a bit. Turn around. Okay, I suppose we'll get cracking, because we have to get on to... we have to get back to Amaro.
Recently, I was visited by a bird with a human head. Do you know such a bird, Manuel Calavera?
No. How do you know my...
He knew you, and for you he left this note.
I know what you're up to. I've been watching. Stay there. I'm coming to sprout you myself. Yours truly, Hector Le Mans. Híjole.
Now, we need to give that note to the florist who's gone nuts later on. Got 3 meetings tomorrow. I'll get them. I'll clip it out for you at the end of the stream so that I'll put it on Discord so you can quick access to play it there, Chrissy.
Oh, gran demonio roedor. Oh, gran demonio roedor.
Glottis.
Hear the name of the Great One. Glottis.
What's happening?
How many days has this grand demon gone without driving?
Well, we've been hiking for months.
Months? Oh, then the noble one will surely die.
But... what's wrong with him?
Do you not know the one purpose, the one skill, the one desire of this humble spirit?
Yes, but we've been so far away from cars and civilization for so long.
Why did he ever leave his home?
I got him fired, and then I needed a ride. Oh, Gladys, what have I done to you?
I'm surprised that when they got the boat back to land, he didn't convert some sort of giant wheeled monstrosity thing. You know, have the boat on those giant crushing roller things to have it, like, tear up the landscape as he floors it through it.
Do you have any vehicles here that we could use to revive him?
Only the trucks that deliver the souls, but they are slow. So slow.
Who are you guys?
We are mechanics, same as he. But we have never before seen one of our kind so large.
Have a good night there, JD. Is the warden come to turn the lights off? Thank you for coming in, JD, and we'll catch you later on. You have a good night there, mate. Oh, thinking about as well, JD. I need to find a bigger box. I couldn't fit all 12 packets of Frazzles into one box, so I'm going to have to rummage through tomorrow and see if I've got a one that they can all fit in. But you have a good night there, though, JD. And CGD, welcome in there, mate, and thank you so much again there for the raid. Welcome in there, mate. How did it go tonight with? Crikey, what the hell was the name of that game? It looked good. Evil West. That's it. I can see it in the thing there. It looked good, that one though. And actually, the one that's come up on your clip there as well. I quite like that one as well. I want to say, was it called The Chant? Ooh, I kind of think. I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. What the name was. I missed the title on the clip. But welcome in there, everybody. And yeah, Squeaky Knees is in. But welcome everybody as well. As I say, tonight we are continuing the Grim Fandango. We are now in year 4. We are at the gates of the 9th Underworld. And, well, Gladys is somewhat ill. And we need to prepare a rocket ship, basically, is what we're going to hint on to these fellas here. What's it there? We had a blast. It looked like it was a good fun, that one. I'll have to have a spy of it on, what's it called? Steam. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll have a spy for that later on. I don't know, the chant one, I had a look at that. I think it was incredibly overpriced because I'm sure that you said there's only about, it was like 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. And I'm sure it was close to 40 quid. Which I think was crazy money. But you've been behaving yourselves over there, I hope.
I've got to go see what I can do.
Come back quickly, for his time here is not long.
I say we need to save. Oop, wrong way. We need to go down here and rubbish free there. Oh, is it 20 quid over there? I'll have to have a spy afterwards then. Oh, get my words out. Glittered Kitten. Welcome in there, mate. Hope you've been behaving yourselves as well. We're about to cause a small fire.
It's full of...
Right, so we'll put the cup there with the chemical.
I hate it when people leave their crusty mugs out in the break room.
So the mug there, if you remember from the very, very beginning of the game, is full of the expandy foam stuff, which is combustible, with the chemicals from the fire extinguishers, if you remember back all the way at the beginning of the game. As that was the setup for what we're about to do now.
Always a good idea to have a clean rag around.
8.
Yeah, Mr. Smith calling on the great powers of the 8. Okay, now we've got the toaster on the go there. We have this rag and we're going to go and dip it in some oil. What sort of mischief have all of you guys been causing today?
This better not stain my pocket.
Right, let's pop this oily rag in the toaster. Don't try this at home, kids. These people are already dead.
What was in that mug? Something that powerful could fuel a rocket. If only we had more.
Well, I could score you a couple of truckloads if you're interested.
We shoot you now like an arrow into the wind. May you pierce the heart of the wind itself and drink the blood of flight. Speed is the food of the great glottis. Speed bring you life. Come back to us someday.
I love this bit. I'll pop everyone in for you in a second there, Tusk. Didn't realise it was over the cutscene. Welcome in there, Tusk, as well.
You sure this thing's going to hold together?
At least most of the way. Hey, look! We're already to Rubacava.
Manny?
Gladys wakes up.
Manny, where are you? Manny, I'm frightened!
And then we float on back up the shore.
Ah, Rubacava! What a town! Remember the glory days, Manny?
Long gone, my friend. There's nothing here for us now.
Except maybe our old car.
Because we left the bone wagon all locked up.
Booby-trapped.
By who? Who?
All the dominoes? I wonder if it could be Domino. Okay, what we need to do here is... Well, we're going to be able to defuse the bomb. Let's go and go to the tattoo place, which was further back down here. And we need some liquid nitrogen from the tattoo parlor. And then we need to make Gladys sick. Whereabouts was it? Maybe it was in the fridge.
I don't want to wake up Toto.
I am an artist. I am an artist.
Is this someone wake me up? My special power of putting all the ladies to sleep, I bet it's worked on myself this time. Okay, next up we're going to go and speak to the captain fella. You're snoring on stream again. No, wrong way. No, it can't be this way. It's got to be this way. Nope, that's the way we came. Maybe it was this way. I'm getting myself mixed up with which directions we need to go. There he is.
Manuel Calavera? Well, what happened to the Limbo?
Hate to tell you, Velasco, but she went down at the Pearl. But we found a new ship, the SS La Mancha, and managed to...
The La Mancha? My old rusty bucket. Where is she?
Oh, well, we traded her in Puerto Zapato for a team of sled dogs.
That does it. I'm out of this stinking mob town.
But...
Thanks for finding my baby, Manny. Puerto Zapato, here I come.
Mob town? Maybe I'll just finish this for him.
Okay, we'll take some of that. Now we're going to go over to the blue casket. And fill it with stuff. Anyone here for open mic night?
I just can't do it without an audience.
Will I do?
Olivia.
Calavera, what are you doing here? I heard you went pow in Zapato, Daddy.
Well, Hector Le Mans tried and missed. Now it's my turn. I'm headed to El Maro to put him out of business.
Manny, that place has changed. You don't know what you're getting into. I'd better come with you. Just give me a minute to get ready.
Okay, but if you hear a loud explosion anytime soon, the trip's off.
Looks like somebody else is snoring in the town. Here it is.
I don't need the hernia.
Yeah, I should not try to do the pickup button with it. One chip in the bottle.
That's what the lumbago diorama needed. Fake ocean water.
Okay, we're going to give that to you, Gladys. He's then going to come and drink the keg, which is going to make him throw up. Then we'll use the liquid nitrogen on the weird jelly stuff. Then we can walk over and defuse the bomb. It's as simple as that.
What's that?
It's, lumbago lemonade. Try it.
Perkly little aperitif, actually. Yes, sirree. Not bad tall. Tell me where you got that right now!
Olivia's kitchen.
Lumbago lemonade!
Manny, aren't we in a hurry?
Don't worry, this won't take long.
Oh, my stomach don't stretch like it used to.
Oh, Gladys.
He's gonna be sick.
So what is that stuff they pack canned hams in anyway? Good show, my friend.
You wouldn't happen to have a breath mint on you, I suppose.
Chunky. Hey, Chrissy. Whenever I think about things being sick now, I always think of King Julian from The Penguin of Madagascar when he was like talking about like Rico throwing up, and he like calls it hawk spew, blow chunks, yell at your shoes, or rainbow yawn. For all the different names.
I don't think my hands
sick.
are steady enough for that.
Alright, here's the liquid nitrogen. And we freeze the ground.
Hey, good idea. I bet I could keep it down now that it's cold.
Just let me get across first, okay? I'd better disarm her first.
Evening, it's the Matty. What sort of trouble are you getting yourself up to today?
I'd better disarm her first. Ooh, these are still unstabilized. Fiendish. Ooh, these are still unstabilized. Soon to be known as the blown wagon.
Hey, that's not funny.
Fiendish. Well, here goes nothing.
There we go. Trying to find the right point. Trigger point.
Looks like Hector's taken over the whole town.
He hasn't had much resistance. There's only one small group who oppose him, and they live out on the fringes of the city.
Places like this, you mean?
I hope they're not hurting Glottis.
Ha. Shows what you know about this group. Their leader is a great man who...
Manuel Calavera, we meet again. I see you have found what you were looking for. How fortunate for you to arrive now, just as we too are about to achieve success. Our army has grown, and right now our top agents are in Hector's weapons lab, about to close in on the enemy in his own den. I couldn't have done it without you, Manuel.
It was a trap!
Stand back. There's only one thing to do.
Thank you, sir! You have saved me. But more than that, you have enabled me to continue to serve the movement.
What did you say about a trap?
Hector uncovered our agent in his weapons lab.
No.
You idiot, Bowsley. Your new lab assistant is a spy. Haven't you ever heard of a background check?
What?
No time to explain. Now I'll have to take matters into my own hands.
Take me with you. I've longed to be of service to your cause for years.
And she's leading him off into a trap. But evening there, it's the Matty. Welcome in there, mate. You've been behaving yourself. Not too bad tonight. A lot better than how ill I was last night.
I bet the agent in this photo is the poor guy that Hector just shot.
Pop that in there. Just kind of behaving yourself there. Alright, we just took the photo out of the bin. I'm going to take the hand...
Better save this part from sprouting.
For later.
Any messages for me?
Nope, calls stopped coming for you the day you left. They're still sending you that lingerie catalog, though.
Oh, yeah. But tonight, though, we are on the Grim Fandango. We are probably about half an hour or less away from completing the game. For the fourth time. For the fourth stream. What they do is, they note that we picked up at the gates of the Ninth Underworld. We're going to give that to the birdie.
This is a note. You like notes, remember? Come here, little Manny. Ow! Hey, must be little Meche.
And we are going to press the inventory button again, which I keep forgetting which button it is. If you remember the birds, if you show them a picture of somebody, they'll fly to them.
Well, here goes nothing. Go, baby, por la revolución!
So he's going to deliver a note, which is going to send the florist over the edge. Look how we converted these birds to have human-like heads.
One of Hector's messengers. With a message for me? I know what you're up to. I've been watching. I'm coming to sprout you myself. Yours truly, Hector Le Mans. I knew it! I knew he was out to get me the whole time! You'll never find my cigarette out, Hector. You're going to have to find yourself another florist!
Now he's leaking the Sproutella fluid everywhere behind him. Was there anything else that we could mess around with in here?
Hector, I almost have that new bouquet of tulips ready for you.
Listen to me once and for all, Bowlesley. You are not a florist. You are a manufacturer of weapons.
But I...
Excellent. Flowers in like the underworld. I suppose it's a sign of when they died in the overworld.
Calling all cars, calling all cars.
Manuel, is everything okay?
Just testing the equipment, Sal.
Salvador, maybe you should shut that thing off so we can talk.
Yeah, she's going to betray him. Oh, what happened there?
Okay, here's the plan. I need a disguise so I can get close to Hector, and a gun so we'll have something to talk about when I get there.
If you figure out that part, I'll go find out where he is.
His casino tower is directly above these headquarters.
All right, meet me there.
Volunteers quickly for dangerous work. She could be very useful to the cause.
As far as I'm concerned, she is the cause.
Okay, let's get out of here. Now, we need to find Gladys, who should be looking around with the remote control.
Give me that.
Oh, hang on. Oh, no, yeah, we need to do this whole bit up here, I think, first, don't we? Yeah, exactly. If you're making a cup of tea, I'll have one. Have you got the kettle on for us, Chrissy? Just a little splash of milk in mine.
It's not like Johnny Thunder lets just anybody in his review. No. I mean, being allowed to wear the Johnny Thunder makeup is an honor. Yes. A privilege. Yes. So I said to her, you give me that 10% discount or I'm taking my business elsewhere. You said that? Well, oh yes, I was mad, you know. And then, here's the good part. Yeah. So
Hot.
I says,
Hot. No use for it. Hot.
no kidding.
Oh, can we not pick it up? I thought we could pick that up.
I am not kidding. Oh, are you here for the Thunder Boy tryouts?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's too bad. Because we just got the last 2 parts. Maybe next season. Wow.
Okay, let's see if we can... Gotta make sure Manny's facing the right direction, I suppose.
Show business coffee.
Really?
No use for it. Hot.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What are we missing? Like last week where we were doing it for ages and it was just because we pressed the wrong... We weren't pressing the right button to get the thing to trigger.
A real amateur?
Right, we need the coffee grinder
Thunder
thing
Boys.
anyway.
Who said that? People call out your name all the time when you're famous. You get used to it.
Say. Hey, Thunder Boys.
Who said that?
That's still not
People
right
call
bit.
out your name all the time when you're famous. So I says. So what did you... I am a...
It's a ladder.
Use the ladder.
Well, I guess so.
No use for it. Hot.
And the director
Hot.
says...
Finally.
Well, I guess so.
Yes, we're going to take the coffee.
So I says...
And we're going to make them upset down there.
No kidding. Ah! Oh, what did you do that for? I didn't. You melted my makeup. I can't go on like this. I took you under my wing, and this is how you pay me back. No, it's not like that.
Well, that sorted them. It's never too late for cups of tea, Chrissy. Right, we're going to slide down here. We're not going to turn Manny's face the funny colour until we need it. So there, Mr. Smith, announcement, Doctor. That must be a typo. What sort of mischief are you getting yourself up to as well there, Mr. Smith? I hope you've subjected a certain somebody to plenty cab trips. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Oh, maybe we should have to speak to Gladys first.
No use for it. I saw Bowsley run down here. Where did he go?
Right, this is the bit where we need to... I'm trying to remember which is the way we need to do this to get it to... Oh, I think we may have screwed up. We screwed up. Right, we've got to go back. We've got to go back. So the only bits we've got now left to do with the game, and then it's finished, is we need... Well, we've now set it up so we can get our face painted at any time. We need to just follow this line down to the florist's like secret underground shop and ring the doorbell. Basically, is all we need to do. We'll then get a gun. Then then we'll have our face painted. We go to the casino. We ask to go upstairs. We have to answer with the numbers which are going to be on the panel in the background to us because it's randomised each time. Let's just climb back up here.
That would just dump blocks of fake snow on the ground.
We need to put this back because we should have done this up here where we have to...
This snowmaker is huge.
So we need to put that back in there. Now we put the bone in it. It's a shame we can't do
that
this
would be disrespectful.
in your inventory.
I think he'd be happy to know his body was serving the cause like this. This lever is attached to the fake snow supply. This snowmaker is...
Pick it up, Manny. There we go. We've got the crocodile to deal with, which will only take a few moments. But once we go upstairs in the casino, there's a couple of dialogue lines we have with the people that we met from, if you remember, the guy that in the very opening cutscene, and also the one that like handed the diner over to us. Yeah, I'm sure it's them. Then we find ourselves at the greenhouse, which will just be a few minutes, and then mission accomplished. no. Ah, oh, that was close. Let's just walk around slowly. Alright, now we're going to get the grinder out.
It's a bone chipper now. The flakes of bone are sprouting when they hit the puddle and turning into baby tears.
Then we go around here.
Okay, I think I could follow the trail this way, but I need a little light.
Hey, what's that?
That must be the Flores hideout.
No, not that. The thing coming at us!
I can't reach that high. This remote control works with bone wagon suspension.
There we go. So we get the crocodile to turn around. Go down all the way. Then we're going to break out the remote again. Now it's pinned by the bone wagon. About times we've completed this, you guys should all know the answers to all these puzzles.
Hector, is that you?
Okay, next
You better
up
back
we
off,
need
man. I mean it. I'm not feeling too rosy.
our scythe.
I feel... Hey, do you know what you just did? You just opened Pandora's box. You get out of here right now or I'll let you have it.
This is also going to drive him nuts.
Hey there, stranger. Can I help you?
I'm looking for something in a 9mm.
Oh, well, I have a very pretty bouquet of that right here. There you go. Would you like some baby's breath to go with that?
Sure.
All right, here you go. You have a great day now.
We're so close to the end now. It's got to be about 20 minutes at least. Probably less than that, actually. And then we'll finish the game again. So, has everyone taken notes? Do we all know what I'm going to do next?
Out of the way!
And then there's a special for the finale. Chrissy's going to sing the, the I'm Gonna Let It Shine song. Now, Chrissy, when you sing it, do you just sing that bit, or do you do the whole thing? Oh, I'm going to cut that section out after the stream. I did highlight it so that I can pull a clip out of it later.
Hey, kid, this is your lucky day. We got an opening, and you're the newest Thunder Boy in the Johnny Thunder Review.
Yes, I've been working for this moment all my life.
Then sit on down. We got to start your makeup. Now, don't go too far. You never know what time is showtime around here.
Okay, now we've got our face painted. Then we'll take the underground entrance to the casino. I'm sure the little fella that... I can't remember his name now. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wrong way.
Ay, que alivio. I can't remember the last time I had access to a men's room. Buenos dias.
Back off, sleazeball, or my husband here will bust your jaw.
Hola.
Gotta wait for the animation to get into play.
No drinks for me, thanks. Meche, it's me.
Manny? That's some costume. Here, help me get Mr. High Roller here into this sheet so we can get out of here.
Hey, is that you, young lady? I'll get you. Hey, what's going on under that raincoat?
I don't know.
Lady.
What's going on under that makeup?
For crying
Agent
out
Calavera?
loud. You? Didn't Salvador chop you in half early this evening?
Yes, which has given me this glorious opportunity to serve the cause by gathering funds for the LSA while stealing from our arch enemy at the same time.
Okay, we'll get him to rig that machine whilst he's covered up.
I'll escort you to your party just as soon as my system pays off here.
There's the line that we needed. Do we do
What
him
exactly
first?
are you doing with these slot machines?
I'll stick myself inside like a finger down the throat of Hector Le Mans himself, and I'll make the machine regurgitate the wealth it has devoured.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do him first.
Hola.
Oh, we were too close.
No drinks for me, thanks.
Make sure Manny's head's
Why do you
facing
want to
the
get
right
him into
way.
a sheet?
I told him there was a big toga party at the Casino Romano, but he had to wear this sheet to get in. After he changes, you take his suit and go upstairs. Get it?
You're trickier than... Not again. I'll get you. Young lady.
Special assignment just in from Salvador. Crack that machine and leave the change right away.
Yes, sir!
There we go. So we'll use this to get upstairs.
Hey! Not funny. Oh, for crying out loud. Young lady. I did it. My system worked. I knew it. I told you.
That's great. Now let's go so you can buy me a drink at the Romano.
I'll meet you at the train station with the tickets. There won't be one from me, so you'll have to go back by yourself.
I'll tell that gatekeeper everything. He has to help us.
Come, my lovely. I have another infallible system I'd like to demonstrate. Ow.
How's that bloke there's like half his height? How is he going to fit into his clothes?
Little tight in the shoulders, but at least it doesn't reek of sled dog.
Okay, this is the guy that usually do the tubes.
I'm here to conduct business with Hector Le Mans. I just spoke with him on the phone and he's expecting me.
You know Hector Le Mans, eh? Okie dokie. Then answer me this one simple question. Okay. If you were a cat, how many of you could Hector Le Mans fit in his stomach?
Is there an option for none?
What? What kind of question is that?
Oh, sorry. I guess you don't know Hector Le Mans like I know Hector Le Mans.
Because the answer we're looking for will be on the panel at the back there on the grid. Because he's just pulling numbers out of his ass, sort of, basically.
All right, let's go, buddy.
All right, we've got 11.
Okay. What is Hector Le Mans' favorite prime number?
Is 11 a prime number or is 21 going to be the number? Try 21.
21?
Yeah, well, that was an easy one.
Too bad. I win.
Best 2 out of 3.
Don't mess with me. I know Hector Le Mans.
There we go.
Celso Flores, what are you doing in Hector Le Mans' waiting room?
Oh, he sent us out here to make up our minds about his offer. Who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Actually, I work for Hector. He sent me to answer your questions.
I'll handle this, my sweet one. What can you tell me about these double N tickets? This price seems much more than double.
Well, they cost a mint because they save you a mint.
Well, I don't have a mint, so what do I care?
The real question is, don't you feel you're worth it?
I know we're worth it, but are the tickets worth it?
We do the option that's going to tell him what his adventure's been.
Well, enough about you guys. Let me tell you about my problems.
Actually, we have a lot of talking we need to do, so...
I just got back from the worst vacation I've ever had.
Actually, I just got back from quite an adventure myself, so...
Well, I'm sure you've seen flying spiders and flaming beavers, but trust me, it gets worse. You see, I've been to the edge of the world and back.
I had no idea traveling the land of the dead was so fraught with peril.
Now, how much would you pay just to skip the whole thing?
Darling, come. Let us blow our nest egg together. Mr. Le Mans, we've decided to take you up on your generous offer.
Excellent. Excellent. The little lady changed your mind, eh?
No, actually, it was your agent over there.
Of course. He's one of my best. Well, come on in. Let's chat, shall we?
Still got it.
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what spell you cast on the Flores couple, but stick around. Once I'm done with them, there's something across town I'd like to show you. Am I talking about just a job here, or am I talking about opportunity in the general sense? We've had a lot of openings in this office in the last couple of years, and frankly, we've had trouble filling them. I could really
Indeed, Mr. Smith.
use a like you on the team.
So he's back in his old office.
This
at the start of the
your
game.
office. Yeah, try this on. See how it feels. That's yours too. And as an added bonus, 2% of these, Mr.
My name's Calavera, and I want a bigger cut.
Oh, but Mr. Calavera, I'm going to need most of these to get myself out of this world. You see, I've been a very bad boy.
I'm going to deliver those tickets to their rightful owners, and I'm going to deliver you to the compost pile.
Meanwhile, Hector Le Mans has escaped. Should I have built it like this at your base on the server, Chrissy? For your underground casino? And away he goes.
Hello? Pigeons? Friends now?
Right, so we need to bust this. What have we got on our inventory? Did we put this in the hole?
It's Sproutella, not Spackle. It's Sproutella, not Spackle.
Or maybe it's the... Maybe we should do this first. Yeah, that's it.
Well, so much for my third arm.
Then we sprinkle. If I can find it.
Well, it was gonna happen eventually.
Ay, Chihuahua!
That one must be yours.
Don't forget to send for help.
Here come the mob.
Ay! Run! Find Salvador!
Get in, quick.
We were supposed to have coverage back there. Where are all of Salvador's men?
I don't know. He hasn't told me yet.
Hola, Manuel.
Just the voice for him.
Time for you to swing, Daddy-O. Let's see you walk.
These flowers? All people Hector has sprouted?
Hey, when you're on top like my boyfriend Hector is, you make a lot of enemies. What?
You know, you really have bad taste in men.
No, I have a taste for really bad men. There's a difference.
Okay, we are now just a couple of minutes now away from the conclusion of the game. Let's go up and see Hector.
She loves me. She loves me not.
Well, you're half right.
Oh, Manny, so cynical. What happened to you, Manny, that caused you to lose your sense of hope, your love of life?
I died.
I see. I guess Domino was right. You don't have a shred of optimism.
Well, when it comes to shreds, Dom is the expert.
And by that same logic, Manny, you're about to become an expert in botany.
Is this where you tell me all about your secret plan, Hector? How you stole double-end tickets from innocent souls, pretended to sell them, but really hoarded them all for yourself in a desperate attempt to get out of the land of the dead?
No. This is where you writhe around in excruciating pain for about an hour because that idiot Bowsley ran off with all the fast-acting Sproutella. This slow stuff will sprout you, but it's going to take a long time, I'm sorry to say.
Which will give us time to stop it.
Manny, where are you going? You've got some time, you know, before you have to leave. Get it? Leave!
Kind of like in his greenhouse, like, what's his name in the Hunger Games at the end? What was his character's name again? Nope. Back to the nitrogen.
Gracias, Toto Santos.
Come on, shake it for me, baby. One of you must be mine.
Right, well, she's distracted. There he is.
Salvador?
Manuel, listen carefully. There's a gun in the trunk of this car, but the trunk key is with my body somewhere in the meadow behind the greenhouse. Find it!
Right.
And tell Eva that I know she will guide the Alliance wisely when I am gone. For when I bite this explosive tooth, the deadly cloud will sprout not just my target, but me as well.
Your target? What are you...
Hey, get out of there!
Farewell, my friend!
What were you talking about with the head of the LSA in there? Huh, Sal? Got something you want to share with the class?
Only this. Viva la revolución! Ah!
Hey, my scythe. Well, what do you know? Sal had a ticket all along. It's amazing how Salvador's ticket is still drawn to him.
Okay, so we need the key, which is with his body, which is at the back of the greenhouse. So we'll go up there, we let the ticket find the rest of his body, use the scythe to cut away the flowers, open the boot, get the gun, shoot the water tank, and that's it. Roll credits. And we get the nice cutscene as Manny and Meche journey on.
Seems to be attracted to something over this way.
Know exactly where we're running here, don't we? The volume of times we've completed this.
This must be the key to Salvador's trunk.
Back down the hill we go. Can we go in a straight line? Sort of. Oh, are we actually stuck on some kind of invisible wall bit of the terrain? Mustn't let us. Must have to keep us in. Like visual like range at all the times.
Ah, yes. Lots of ammo. Freeze, Hector.
Yeah, you heard me.
Quite a hike to get over here, isn't it? Oh, hang on, something's gone weird here. There we go. And here we go. This should, once I press it, start the end cutscene. Oh, we have to walk up there first.
That doesn't sound good.
Here we go. You beast. Now this should start the end cutscene. Juicy.
You can count them if you want. They're all here.
How about yours?
The company gave me one on the other end. Sort of a retirement present. And, demons ride free, right?
Aw, Manny, you know I can't go with you. I'm a spirit of the land and all that. I can't ever leave this world.
I guess I got so wrapped up in saving people, I just assumed I'd be able to save you too.
Yeah, but I don't need to be saved. I like it here. I'm not all alone in that basement anymore, thanks to you. I got a new job and all these new friends. I'm a big demon success story.
So, I guess this is it then.
Come here, give me a hug. You were the best boss I ever had. Bye.
Manny,
Yeah?
when we get to the next world,
What is it, Angel?
are we going to be together?
You know, sweetheart, if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Nobody knows what's gonna happen at the end of the line. So you might as well enjoy the trip.
And there we go. For the third time on stream, we have completed the Grim Fandango. I've tangled myself up in the bloody Xbox controller cable. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. As this is one of my favorite games. I'm pleased that we chose it for the 999th stream night last week. Then, of course, my absolute favourite game we hit on the 1000th night for Mass Effect, which we're also going to finish off on Friday. I thought we might as well, rather than like potentially leaving it ages again before we return to the second 100% of Mass Effect. We're gonna crack on this Friday, probably about a 3.5 hour stream, I reckon, on Friday night to Friday night to finish it off. Then it'll be Red Dead the following Friday. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one there. I love the story in this. I'd love to see it as a novel as well. I would love to read it that way as well. Such a good game. But tomorrow, though, story night continues because we have episode 4 in our Batman playthrough. What was the title of episode 4? Let's have a little look on here. Guardian of Gotham. That's it, Guardian of Gotham tomorrow. Then Thursday night, a bit of Command and Conquer. Because we haven't played that for absolutely ages. We're playing I need to check, actually. I'll check that now to make sure that it works properly because it's really weird. The interface is a bit messed up. We're jumping up and down with the days here all over the place. Because on Saturday evening will be a Plague Tale, and then Sunday, some farming sim. You missed the whole game, Tic Tac. Welcome in there, mate. You're just in time for the end credits rolling of the Grim Fandango. But welcome in. Hope you've been keeping yourself out of trouble. I don't think there's nothing at the end of this end of the credit reel. I think here. I love the music. I've got the both the normal soundtrack and the extended soundtrack on my phone, and I sometimes play it when I'm sitting in the garden with the girls. Also, some of the theme musics from this have been stuck in my head since 1998. It's like Simon the Sorcerer. One of the themes in the first Simon the Sorcerer, the music has been stuck in my head since the early 90s for that one. But okay, everyone, let's press some buttons here. And we are going to jump over and see if the Maniac is still on. So he is. We're going to jump over and see this Maniac here and give him some abuse. Actually, if you can all stay and give him some abuse, it would be really appreciated because he deserves lots of abuse, does this lad. But thank you everybody for coming in, and I hope you've enjoyed the Grim Fandango for the 3rd time. We will play the Grim Fandango for a 4th stream through next year because there's a commentary version of this where we get to, that'll be a long stream. We'll probably do 1 year a week like we did when we first played it, like a detailed year, because there's the commentary for all of the, you know, as we go through, so we'll have to stop and listen to it all. So that'll be just basically listen to all the action points, listen to telling us all about the behind the scenes things of the game. But we'll save that for, what do you reckon, March, April time? We'll think of something. That'll be a 4-week job. But thank you anyway for, as well for coming in. Thank you as well, CGD, for the raid and bringing in more of the nutters. Okay, I'm going to jump over here. I said it's Batman tomorrow, so it'll be another story night tomorrow. We left it on a cliffhanger last week, but we'll do a little recap at the end. So let's go press the buttons here. So thank you for watching, have a good night, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.
See